Today's word of the day is fathom, which is both a noun and a verb. It comes from the Old English word fathom, basically identical, and it meant the distance between your fingertips when your arms were outstretched. That distance was a fathom. Now, this word was taken by sailors on boats, and what they used to do is they used to tie knots in rope like this at 1 fathom's distance. So for example here, this rope, the distance between these two knots now is 1 fathom. Now if I take this rope and I throw it off the side of my boat, then I can tell you how many fathoms deep is the water. Now, when you go deep into something, when you find the bottom of something, it's like you are discovering it. So, over time, the verb to fathom meant to discover, to understand something. So, you can fathom a solution to a problem. Now, today I'm going to help you to fathom something that a lot of people ask me about, and that is English verbal tenses. Because a lot of people ask me, Christian, which tense should I use? Should I use this one or this one? Which one is correct if I'm talking about... But this is the wrong question. This is the wrong way to look at tenses in English. Tenses in English usually are not about right and wrong. They are about telling your story, about helping the listener or the reader to understand the story. So it's not about right and wrong at all. It's about style. And I'm going to demonstrate what I'm talking about using Lego, of course, a speedboat, police speedboat, and an Italian motorcycle pizza delivery guy. Okay, so first let's talk about the scenario. Now, this is absolutely 100% a true story, I promise. So, one day there was an Italian guy delivering pizza on a motorbike, but he was a magical Italian pizza delivery man. So, he was delivering the pizza on water, on a lake. And as he was driving along the lake, delivering the pizza, a police speedboat that was out of control accidentally crashed into the pizza delivery man, and unfortunately all of the pizza was destroyed. It was a terrible tragedy. Nobody was hurt, but the pizza was completely destroyed. One of the greatest tragedies of our time. Now, let's look at these two events on this timeline. So I'm going to just put them down here on the timeline. Now, this little man, this represents me, because you see he has no hair but a beard. Now, what this man is going to do is represent my perspective when I tell the story. Because actually, verbal tenses are all about perspective, about how you view events in time, how you want to order the events and help the other person to understand what happened. So first, let's look at the events in the past simple. So to do that, I'm just going to stand here in the present and I'm going to just look back on these events. They both happened in the past. They're kind of distant and they're definitely finished. They're sort of blocked off from the present. Now let's look at them in the past continuous. So when we use the past continuous, what we do is we actually move the perspective to as if we were there, watching the events happen. The past continuous is when we are imagining that the thing is in progress. So you can see now I'm standing there looking at the action. Oh my God, the motorbike. Oh my God, the pizza. Okay? I feel like I'm there in the action. Now the present perfect. Now something really important to understand, and this is a really common question for people learning English. What's the difference between the past simple and the present perfect? Why do you have these two tenses that are the same but different? The same but different. Well, just remember this. Perfect means before. That's all it means. So the present perfect just means before, now, before the present. It doesn't specify anything else. It doesn't specify if the action is finished or if the action is continuing. All it means is that something happened before now. Present perfect. So to do that, what we do is we move our man back to the present, but we also move these two events, the motorboat and the motorcycle, we move those closer to the present. Because the present perfect gives you this idea of a relation with now. It's very important, a relation with now. It brings it in closer. It doesn't create that distance like the past simple. Now, let's do past perfect. Now, past perfect is about helping you to understand the order of events. What happened before something else? Remember, past perfect, before the past. So now, if we put the motorbike and the speedboat back on the timeline, I'm going to put my man here. And you can see what it means is I have one event in the past, okay? So we're going to use past simple, but then I have another event before that, but also in the past. So I'm looking at something in the past simple and then something before that event. That is past perfect. Now, one final thing, one radical way that you can talk about a story is by using the present tenses. This is called the historical present. I made a video about it here. So we use the historical present when we want to bring all of the action to now. I want you to feel like this story is happening now, like you are involved emotionally and mentally in the story. And that just helps to make it really exciting, like, oh my God. So now I hope you realize that tenses are not about right and wrong. They're about storytelling. They're about helping the listener or the reader to understand what happened as well as possible, to feel those emotions, to feel how exciting and tragic it was when we lost all that pizza. I receive a lot of messages from people about fear, from people who are afraid of using their English to actually have a conversation. And I want to try and help with that. So I'm going to tell you a little story. So my whole life, one of my favorite drinks has been whiskey. And years ago, someone gave me these beautiful whiskey glasses. But the thing is that I was afraid to use them. I was worried that I was going to break them. So what I did was I put them away in a drawer for years. I was waiting for that perfect moment, for that special occasion to get out the glasses and use them. But that special moment never came. And so they sat in a drawer, unused, for years and years. And then recently, my father-in-law was visiting and he wanted a drink of water. And he went in the drawer and got out this glass. And I was about to say to him, no, stop, they're my special glasses. And I realized how stupid that I've been all of these years. I have missed out on the enjoyment of using these glasses for no reason other than irrational fear. Now, these glasses are designed to be used. They are functional objects, just exactly like language. Language is designed to be used. Now, don't be afraid. Maybe if you use your language like I use these glasses, maybe you're going to break something, right? You're going to make a mistake, an error. But it doesn't matter. It's not worth missing out on all of the enjoyment and the amazing things that you can do with language. It's not worth missing out on all of those because of fear. So from now on, I'm going to enjoy these whiskey glasses, and that's what I want you to do with your language.
What are you doing?
I'm making a video about fear.
Yeah, but what are you drinking?
Drinking whiskey.
But it's 10 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I'm Christian. This is Canguro English. I'll see you in class.